Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic host of Bachelor Nation News. We have two quick stories to get to you on this Friday afternoon. No need to wait. Let's get into it. Chatty Broads are under fire for charging money for a live virtual show they're doing this afternoon, 6 p.m. Friday, and fans are mad about it. What are my thoughts? I'll tell you about it. I believe in the law of divine compensation. I believe people have the right to charge whatever they want for the services that they give, obviously without exploiting others. The example I used is if Kanye wants to charge $200 for his album, by all means, charge $200 for your album. If people don't want to buy it, they won't show up. Now, if you charge $300 for Nike sneakers that are made in a sweatshop in China, that's a different story. That's not what we're talking about. But if they decide they want to charge money, now fans are upset because fans are saying, well, we supported them for so long, now they're moving to this pay-to-play business model. And it's kind of like, hey, look, you got to respect them for doing it, right? It's like if you have a friends with benefit and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'd prefer it if you buy me dinner first. And you're like, what? No, we had a deal. It was a free and easy. We had a thing going on, you know? Well, the friends with benefit has the right to, take consent back. And Jess and Becca can decide that they want to, only have their loyal listeners that they're charging an audience for. So we'll get into it. They posted this. Broads, we could not resist chatting about this season of The Bachelor. And of course, they made a stand and said, we're not going to be talking about The Bachelor anymore. And what they're probably learning on their podcast app is that they're going to lose followers that are there for their discussions about The Bachelor. That's why I've got the Bachelor channel and a Dave Neal Show channel for non-Bachelor content, which I'll be making more of once Bachelor calms down. But the point is people don't want to get shackled to the franchise and want to talk about other things, but, you'll lose audience. So, of course, the comments on here are brutal. We'll get to them in a minute. Someone posted this saying, Chatty Broads live show, anyone willing to recap? And people were upset. Now, what I said was, I'm torn because I'm in full support of people charging for their art, but I also want to know, has anyone ever called them chatty frauds before? Chatty frauds is a hilarious thing, but I don't feel that they're being fraudulent whatsoever. It just so happens that it rhymes. Now, some others have said, if they didn't watch all season, why would anyone care about their opinions? Well, because maybe they're fans of the show. I really don't understand the issue. Charging around for a live show, it's a job. It costs money to rent the space and host the event. They're professional podcasters, and I haven't seen other podcasters with a following do one for free. It's not a charity, and I guess that's the idea. Marianne Williamson's book, The Law of Divine Compensation, says you are the price that you set to be. You can accept more abundance into your world if you so choose. And, obviously people are very upset about this. So on the Instagram page, people say, what in the hell? I love how they want to recap now. People are very upset. Will this episode eventually be available without paying, or will I never hear it because I can't justify paying $10? Money grab? Really? Even if you want to charge, it seems silly to charge $12 for a podcast episode. The entire season of purchase on Amazon is $20, and each episode is $3. Of course, that's the cost of the on Amazon for the entire Bachelor show. Well, they're a small production, right? They don't have the means and the scalability of a giant show. Most podcast Patreons are $5 to $10 a month for more content than just one video. Seems like an unnecessary high price that doesn't make sense for a well-off and established podcast. Again, people are allowed to have their opinions, but mine is that it's futile, and you can voice your opinions, and maybe they'll change the pricing structure because in the end, it's free market, so they're going to operate, whatever's best for them, which might mean only their loyal fans that can afford $12, or it might mean they go, you know what, we can get a lot more people if we just do a donation-based system, whatever it may be. So someone said, so what, an hour or two full of bad takes because you'll be missing the context of an entire season just to recap a dramatic finale for money? Ick. Money, money, money. Look, I get it all. I get those opinions, but I also appreciate when creators decide to charge for what they think they're worth. It's not up to us as an audience to decide, oh, they've made enough, they shouldn't be making more. Well, listen, for all the fans that are fans of the show, you got to look at it from a different perspective. People go, we're fans. We built this show. They owe it to us. And my thought is, no, you enjoyed free content. You enjoyed their content with some ads placed in. And in return, they became sort of like friends to you. They were companions. They were with you at work or when you were on a jog or whatever it may be. And those are just two different ways to look at it. Now, my audience, I think we have one of the strongest, most loyal audiences in the world. With that said, it's a give and a take, right? I try to listen my best to what you guys want, and I also have to understand my artistic direction and do what I want. Sometimes I make a video that I know is going to perform well because you guys will like it, and sometimes I make some weird ass video that only I'm going to like in a select few, but that's what it's all about, right? Speaking to your true self. So I'm not here to look back at their things and say, well, how much money are they worth? Should they really be charging this? Look, set the price and everyone else pay it or don't, right? So anyway, I got a comment, which I wanted to get into, which fits perfectly into this. I got this comment today. Now, I've got my own Patreon. We have 216 members, and it's growing very fast, probably because I give about 5 extra hours of content out. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. And in my Patreon, what I do is essentially this. I hit this button, and this button allows me to screen grab everything I'm talking to my audience about, and we set it to the other display here. And within that screen grab, I pull up my Photoshop, and I show you the different elements I'm making, how I make it, how I go about doing my business, and all that jazz. It's a ton of fun, honestly, guys. It's a blast. I love it. We listen to licensed music, which we can't on this show, so we just have a jam. Oh, it's Britney Spears Day? Well, then let's get toxic, baby. I'm a slave for you. You know what I mean? So we get into that. But while I was recording today's Patreon, and again, this isn't even a pitch for the Patreon. This is just when it happened. It is a pitch. Life's a pitch. While I was recording today's Patreon, I got this message, and the Patreon responded live with me. Now, as you guys know, I do no editings. I just record this. My brain's working overtime in all different directions. I don't have any employees. I don't have Nick Vial having multiple producers to rip off my thumbnails. Who said that? What? I don't have Jess and all these other people. No, it's just me, you guys, and that's it. Now, Ken says, so you say you don't ask for money, but then I see donations appreciated. Isn't that asking for some money? Now, this is my end screen. This is where I ask for donations. Donations appreciated. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, right? Plenty of people ask me for, love language, it's not just about how you receive gifts. It's about it's not just how you receive love, it's how you give love. Some people give love by gifts. So I have gifts all over the place from different people. Nothing's, of course, within reach. People like to give money, gifts, time, affirmations, and it's how we like to receive that. So for all the people that like to support me by giving extra money, what I've had to learn and relieve myself of my Catholic upbringings is that I don't need to live in a poor place. If there's somebody who's wealthy and wants to give me $50 a month for a Patreon, or $5 or $1.50 or $300. I've gotten giant donations from people, plenty of $100 donations. If that's how people want to share their appreciation for me, by all means, I've had to learn how to do that. But I'm not asking people to give me their money. I'm giving you guys 20 plus videos a week, free of charge. Sure, there's going to be some ads placed in. That's how we make money. That's how we exchange entertainment for time and whatnot. So Wakanda responded, how else you think he is affording all these vacations? Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me right now? This is so funny because, for 10 years, I didn't make a penny doing stand-up comedy. And all the work that you do to build equity is just time in the game, right? You don't get paid a lot of money as a graphic designer because it only took you 20 minutes to design a logo. You get paid all that money because you went to design school and spent 10 years tweaking your craft X, Y, and Z. Kevin Hart doesn't get paid $50,000 a tweet because it only takes him 10 seconds to do it. He gets paid $50,000 a tweet because he's built this equity of a fan base. So for people to say, oh, that's how I can afford all these vacations because I keep begging people for your donations, you guys have, not you guys, but these very specific people have such a limited mindset on abundance that is out there. Now, first of all, I haven't taken one business day off this whole year. For the last 15 months, actually. Not one video. Now prove me wrong. Find me a business day this year. I'll buy you a cup of coffee that I didn't make a video. And you know what I mean? So I made videos while I was in Belize, getting up at 4:30 every day.
Bad boy, internationally renowned linen shirt Dave. Some call me the Belizean burnt boy after today's snorkeling fiasco.
Linen shirt Dave was a mood. I recorded that from the porch of the Airbnb Teresa got for us. And then, of course, Bruce in the Patreon was saying, a tip jar at Starbucks is fine. A tip jar on YouTube and everyone loses their mind. Sharon says, wonder if she donated and now wants a receipt on how you spent her $5. People are just rude. Araceli, you are still breaking Katie Thurston news at Disney World, literally in line. Of course, like most of you guys, I spent over a year and a half without seeing my family on the East Coast because I was protecting them from the spread of the virus. And then finally, we did a family reunion for Thanksgiving, and I still made content for you guys. And yet these people are concerned about my vacation time. Here's me in line with my family in the background. See if you can spot who they are while we get ready for Animal Kingdom. Breaking news about Katie Thurston. Watch this.
Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We have a breaking news story live here from Animal Kingdom in Orlando, Florida. The sun has come out, the rain has gone away, but the sun has also set for Tayshia Adams and Zach Clark as they've officially announced they're ending their engagement.
I made this video, and the guy in front of me was looking back like, what is he talking about? Who's he talking to? It was so funny. But what a blast. And of course, I'm making these videos. We're having a blast. And then as I'm making this, Sharon sends me a PayPal saying, heard you wanted donations for a vacation. Quit sending me your money, folks. Tip your bartenders. I don't need it. And then, of course, Elizabeth says, for the vacay fund. And then Gina says, you deserve this with no elaboration, power recapping extraordinaire plus $10. And of course, after my trip to Disney World, I had stand-up shows in New York City. And as I was getting off my flight in New York City, getting ready to take the train into Manhattan, of course, I had to make a video.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News with a breaking news announcement.
It was literally 26 degrees, and my phone, my hand was ice cold.
Reddit regarding his relationship with Katie Thurston.
Okay, so you get the point. I'm not saying this to defend myself. I just think it's so ludicrous the way certain people think. And also, I'm going to give credit where it's due to Wakanda that they were just busting balls and that Ken was just busting balls. Oh, you don't ask for money, but I see you have donations at the end there. How does he afford all these vacations? I went to Vegas this past week. I went there as a work trip to perform stand-up comedy on a corporate show. And then afterwards, I brought my fiance and we enjoyed the rest of the weekend in Vegas. The fact that people want others to live in poverty, listen, it's not going to build any more wealth for you. No amount of sickness is going to make anyone healthy. No amount of being in poverty is going to make anyone else rich. All we can do is try to work towards our strengths, understand we live in late-stage capitalistic world, and if you have some sort of art or something for sale, if you sell soap at the farmer shop or cut down kale and sell it to your friends, whatever it is that you do, charge the price you want to pay or you want to charge ethically. Whatever you think that is, and accept a tip, accept more money from people because there's plenty to all go around. Scarcity, I truly believe, is made up. The world should be in abundance. We live in the richest country in the world, and yet at the same time, we have such limited thinking, and we need to break past that. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying for the 10 years that I was working to build my stand-up, my voice, and all these other things, no one worried about the money or the donations that I was receiving, and now we're just going to all these crazy vacations. I'll be in Hawaii next month. And the other thing people don't realize is we barter our services at some of these resorts. We shoot high-end content for some of these resorts. So some of my trips, I've literally are the days that I'm actually working twice as hard as when I'm at home. Again, this could easily have just been said to these people, but I wanted to just get the word out that you can mess with me in the comment section, guys. But if you really want to know the truth, work is hard. And if you do what you love, then it's okay working that hard, and you will be rewarded kindly when you build equity within whatever it is you want to do. So get out there, enjoy your weekend, everybody. Take a vacation. That's fine too. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I love you all so much. And don't you dare donate. Don't do it. Put that away.